Around 4 years ago, Digimon Universe Apple Monster aired its final episode, and because there wasn't a sequel or any new TV installment announced, it made me worry about the future of the Digimon franchise. Especially since around the same time, the incredibly messy Digimon Adventure Tri OVAs were being released, and garnered far more attention. So it wasn't that big of a surprise that the next animated project that was announced after Tri ended was Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna, being another nostalgic cash grab, but one that at least had a nice sense of finality to it, making me believe that both audiences and Bandai were ready to finally leave the cast of Adventure behind for good, and we could finally get another original installment in the franchise not connected to Adventure. Oh god fucking damn it! Yeah, Adventure 2020 was a thing, and I think the less said about that the better. All I've wanted from the franchise since Atmon ended was another original installment with a new cast with plenty of new ideas to keep the franchise fresh. And I kind of lost faith that I'd get that since the sequels and reboots were far more successful than either Atmon or Cross Wars. But earlier this year, out of nowhere, Digimon Ghost Game was announced. It was everything I wanted. A new cast, new Digimon, little to no nostalgia pandering. It was almost too good to be true, but the first episode of Ghost Game has finally aired on television, and I want to talk about it. Though, before we talk about the episode itself, I'd like to first talk about the staff behind the series to get an idea of what to expect going forward. That, and I just like talking about the staff members that work hard to bring us these amazing projects. The duo that brought us the Digimon V-Tamers manga, Tenya Yabuno and Hiroshi Izawa, are back providing the original character designs and are the main planners for the series. Yabuno also did the illustrations for the ending theme, which of course look great. Fan favorite artist Kenji Watanabe returns as one of the Digimon designers. I'm going to assume that he designed all of the new Digimon partners for Ghost Game, all of which I like, but if I'm wrong about that, then please let me know. Ghost Game also has two series directors. Kimitoshi Chioka, who you might know for being the director of the 2006 series Kamisama Kazoko, 2008's Hakaba Kitaro, but probably you'll know him best for directing the first 46 episodes of Dragon Ball Super. The other director being Masatao Mitsuka, who Precure fans will recognize for directing Maho Girls Precure, as well as serving as episode director for various other installments. He was also one of the directors of Digimon 2020, but we can forgive him for that. The composer this time around is Ko Otani, who is a regular anime composer, so he's done too many series to name, but I'm sure you've watched something he's provided music for. The plot teaser that was released for the series reads, "The story takes place a bit into the future, where a new technology has been developed. On social networking sites, there circulates rumors of mysterious phenomenon of unknown origin called hologram ghosts. First-year junior high school student Hiro Amanakawa activates a mysterious device left by his father, known as a Digivice. When activated, he can see unknown creatures that ordinary people cannot see. Digimon. From the day he meets the Digimon Gamamon, entrusted to him by his father, Hiro gets caught up in all kinds of bizarre phenomenon, such as the sewed-lip man who steals human time, and a mummy man who wanders around at night to kidnap people. Hologram ghosts are around us and out to get us." A fun summary that promises some haunted hijinks. Now, onto what I thought of the episode itself. The short answer is that I greatly enjoyed it. Similar to Atmon, it seems this will be more of an episodic Digimon Problem of the Day kind of series, at least for now. Though, while Atmon went for a more comedic tone, similar to Yokai Watch, Ghost Game seems to be more like Gekeke no Kitaro, with a slight horror edge to it, though nothing too serious. Some of the shots in this episode with the sewed lip man, or Clockmon, has a decent creep factor that's nice to see in a kid's series, and it's nice to see that the production holds up as well. Though, it is only the first episode, so we'll have to wait and see how well the production actually holds together in the long run. Hiro Amanokawa is our protagoon for the series, and I must say, as far as Digimon protags go, Hiro feels rather unique. In promo material, they described him as level-headed and studious, someone that others rely on. I took that last comment as he's a natural-born leader, But they didn't go in that direction, and I find that quite interesting. Instead, we see him as the type of person to look things up when he doesn't know something, which is shown to us when his classmate mentions the rumor about the sewn lip man, and Hiro immediately searches his phone on the topic. There's actually quite a few small moments that show Hiro being quick to figure things out. The most comedic being when he's talking to the hologram of his father, and thinks it's a live projection at first, but when his father makes a joke about being interrupted, you can see the annoyance on Hiro's face, cluing the viewer in that he's figured out that this hologram projection is just a recording. Though, the coolest being during the fight at the end of the episode with Clockmon. Hiro, after seeing Clockmon's power up close before, comes to the conclusion that Clockmon speeds up time to rapidly age his victims, and uses that against him. I appreciate that you see Hiro take advantage of Clockmon's powers first before making a comment on it, making it feel like the writers trust the child audience to understand what's going on. All in all, I really like Hiro as a protagonist, and I'm excited to see how they handle a calm and collected protagonist throughout the series. Sadly, Roolie only got one scene in this episode, so we didn't get to know her very well. Promo material describes her as being popular on social media, and that she's looking for what fits her best, and wants to be involved in everything. Her excitable nature is apparent in her only scene, as being told about the sewn lip man rumor, she immediately wants to go and investigate, which I'm sure will segue into a future episode, since Clockmon wasn't defeated. Anyway, I hope she feels like a valued team member and involved in the future. Despite only having a few scenes with Hiroshiro, Higashi mi Rai? Higashi mi Tarai. That's a lot of syllables. You get a good grasp of his more extreme personality. Being a slightly obnoxious supernatural coward, that can also be a bit choony on occasion. It seems like there is a lot going on with this character, and I'm excited to see how the series will utilize his personality. For comedy, I hope. Also, some promo material mentions that he's from America, so I'm curious to see how they will involve that with his character. The last character I wanted to talk about is Hiro's partner Digimon, or should I say little brother, Gamamon. Promo material describes him as very curious and has a tendency to try and bite everything, which is definitely shown in this episode. Also, they mention that his favorite food is chocolate, which he calls the strongest. That sounds adorable, and I look forward to when they represent that in the series. But honestly, I just kind of love Gamamon. He's just really cute with his mannerisms, and the actress, Miyuki Sawashiro, gives Gamamon this level of innocence that I just can't deny. So, what I'm saying is I want plushies. Really, this was just a solid first episode that has me excited for the next generation of Digimon. My only gripe being that they're using the Vital bracelets as the Digivices for the series. It just doesn't have a design that says iconic, like the original Digivice design or the D-Arc. It just looks a bit plain, especially with how bright and expressive the rest of the designs are in the series. Despite that, I really did enjoy this episode, and I hope that Digimon fans won't just ignore this like they did with Atmon, as I really don't want the franchise to go back to adventure pandering hell. Anyway, I hope to see you next week for the next episode.